When the Supreme Court interprets the Constitution, they claim to follow the founders' intent. So let's look at what the founders actually wrote, all the versions they considered and rejected before settling on the final text. James Madison's original draft of the Second Amendment read, "The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, a well-armed and well-regulated militia being the best security of a free country. But no person religiously scrupulous of bearing arms shall be compelled to render military service in person." The House modified it to read, "A well-regulated militia, composed of the body of the people, being the best security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, but no one religiously scrupulous of bearing arms shall be compelled to render military service in person." Notice what they did. They moved the militia clause to the front, making it the primary focus. They added "composed of the body of the people" to clarify what the militia was, but they kept that religious objector clause about not compelling military service. Then the Senate made the final changes. They removed the religious objector clause entirely. They removed "composed of the body of the people." What remained was "a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Each revision made the amendment more focused on militia service, not less. They stripped out the individual exemptions and specifications, leaving only the core militia framework. But here's the most important part. Congress had other models available. Pennsylvania's 1776 Constitution explicitly stated that people have the right to bear arms for the defense of themselves and the state. That's individual self-defense language, right there in black and white. Congress knew this language. They could have used it. They chose not to. If the founders wanted the Second Amendment to protect individual self-defense, they had the perfect template in Pennsylvania's Constitution. Instead, they wrote something different. They removed individual-focused language and kept militia-focused language. That's not an accident. That's a choice. When you have multiple drafts that progressively narrow the scope to militia service, when you have state constitutions with explicit self-defense language that you don't adopt, when you remove every provision about individual exemptions, you're telling us something about your intent. The drafting history doesn't support the modern individual rights interpretation. It contradicts it. Every choice Congress made pointed in the same direction. This amendment is about militias under government control, not individual gun ownership for personal purposes.